When snow falls, campus transforms, but the beauty can quickly turn frosty.
As you can see, students behind me have to go up these stairs right here to Jayhawk Boulevard. And on a day like this where it's snowing, icy, and wet, hazardous conditions are bound to happen to mobile students. Unfortunately, for students that are bound in wheelchairs, this is not an option, and they're going to have to go somewhere else, and that could cause more time to their schedule.
Sophomore Belle Antonacci is one of the many students who sees the effects that weather has on each type of student.
The campus is so hilly and there's so many stairs that it just seems like a burden for people to have to go through other buildings just to use an elevator to get onto the roads that their classes are on, like Jayhawk Boulevard. It just seems super time consuming, and there needs to be more wheelchair ramps on campus and other resources for people in wheelchairs that they can use other than elevators in buildings to get where they need to go in a more timely way.
Graduate assistant John Watson is a wheelchair-bound person who has experienced winter on campus.
Getting around when there is ice on the pavement can be an issue, especially on hills. So to propel yourself, you're going to have to push a little bit harder on a ramp. And when there's ice and you're pushing harder, you might end up in kind of this situation where you're just spinning in one place and not going to be able to get up a ramp. And like I mentioned, the different types of wheelchairs are also going to play a role. I've been using a wheelchair for most of my life, and that's not the case with everybody. In terms of disability, they're often acquired later in life, and so there's, I'm sure, a certain learning curve. You kind of got to figure out, plan ahead, map where you're going to go, map the entrance that's going to be accessible for you in a chair.
Reporting for KUJH News, I'm Marcella Reeder.